Hello and welcome to another interesting edition of Health Watch. Today we have different features for you. First is on depression. Dr. Raphael Ubolu will be sharing with us what we should know about depression in terms of causes and how to manage it. Recently, a lot of people have been coming down depressed and it hit a lot of young people. So it's important we also look at how to manage depression, especially when you've never had anyone around you who has been going through some kind of depression. Plus, Dr. Destiny Alonge will be telling us how we should eat right. And if you have a big tummy and are you worried about how to get your tummy down, don't worry, she has put together some fruits that you need to take to help reduce your big tummy. And of course, for pregnant women, what kind of food that you should eat when they are pregnant. She's also shared that information with us. Plus, the health benefits of orange. That's about our last feature on the program. Trust me when I say that orange is one common fruit you can find in any part of the country. But today we're looking at the health benefits of orange. My name is Nkem Okibe. We're going to short break when we return. Health Watch continues. Stay with us. My name is Nkem Okibe and you're welcome to this week's edition of Health Watch.
Those drugs are prescription only and they are only to be dispensed by a pharmacist because we know how they work and we can save you from using it inappropriately.
But at least if you have a cervix, you have a huge chance of never having cervical cancer.
Lack of drug compliance, proper drug compliance. Probably the patient did not take it the way it has been taken.
Glaucoma is the second most common cause of blindness worldwide, and glaucoma blindness is irreversible.
Before a dental surgeon practices anything, the ethics says a patient must go through a dental therapist.
Find out on this week's episode of Health Watch.
Depression is a mood disorder. You have different categories of mental health disorders, and one of the major categories are those that we call the mood disorders. Of them, you have depression, you have mania, which some also call bipolar. Okay, you have anxiety disorders as well. Now, primarily depression and all these other mood disorders, we must understand that they are first of all medical conditions. And the reason why they are medical conditions is because we have been able to establish that they have an organic basis. That is, there are functions in the body or changes in the bodies that bring them about. So it's primarily a mood disorder, and so by the name it tells you that the cardinal symptom is change in the mood. Then other symptoms also come along. Now, the depression, like most other mental health conditions, do not have a single cause. Usually, it's a combination of factors which include the genetic factors, because in some cases it could be hereditary. Some people could inherit the predisposition to become depressed or to develop clinical depression. So that's the first one. Then you have psychological factors which bring it about. Somebody could have the genetic predisposition, maybe it runs in the family, but will never develop depression, except psychosocial factors now come and act upon the person's life, like major life events. Somebody is now raped, or somebody loses a partner or a very close family member. These psychosocial stressors now act upon that genetic predisposition to bring about the illness. So there's usually not one thing that brings it about, it's usually a combination of factors. It's important we talk about the symptoms of depression, because the aim is that if you or anyone around you is experiencing the symptoms of depression, you should be in a position to spot it, to be able to, and there from there you can help the person. So the first thing is the mood changes. And that mood is usually one of a low mood, sadness. Now, it's not your everyday sadness. I mean, everybody can be sad once in a while. But the sadness that comes in depression is sustained. So the person finds him or herself feeling extremely unhappy for days on end, lasting at least 2 weeks. So it's not somebody who may feel depressed today and tomorrow the person is back up. No. The depression, the low mood that is associated with depression is persistent for at least 2 weeks. Then you have other features like the person suddenly finds that you have no pleasure in things you used to enjoy doing. The person used to enjoy watching movies, the person used to enjoy going out, visiting people, watching, listening to music, but suddenly these things no longer interest the person. They are no longer pleasurable. That's another symptom. Then usually you will have people complain about low energy. Suddenly the energy seems to have been sapped from the person. So that also comes with always feeling fatigued and tired and all of that. Then you have other symptoms that contribute to these ones, including sleep changes. Because when depression gets worse, then you have things like worthlessness. The person begins to feel worthless. And then some of them go on to have what we call undue guilt. Things that have happened in the past which you may have forgotten, people you offended may have forgiven you and you've all moved on. But suddenly these things come flooding back into your mind and you feel unduly guilty. Oh, I did something very wrong here. And that begins to almost control all your thoughts most of the day. Studies have shown that people who have depression, especially if untreated, they are at risk of developing chronic medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, and obesity and other conditions which themselves could increase the risk of dying for that person. So that's why we found that treating depression is cost effective and it has a lot of ramifications, and that's why we felt there's a need for people to begin to talk about it, because if we address it, it could solve a lot of individual and societal issues for our community. Now, depression, like I said, could be mild, moderate, or severe. Now, if it's the mild form, sometimes the treatment that is required could only be psychological, just psychotherapy, talk therapy if you like. So counseling, a psychotherapist will engage a person, and that may just be all that the person requires, and the person gets out of it. Now, because of these forms of depression, which are amenable to treatment by just talk therapy, it's possible that your spiritual counselor can do that talk therapy. And that's why some people who may have depression speak with their pastor or their imam or whoever is their spiritual leader. They could get out of that depression just from that talk therapy. The person may not know that it's actually administering psychotherapy, but it works. So sometimes that happens. But once depression is moderate to severe, psychotherapy alone is unlikely to solve the problem. So in that case, usually we will recommend that the person receives medication. The medications are of different types, and they are all effective. Let's underline that. The treatment for depression is effective.
Thank you, Dr. Raphael, for sharing that information with us, especially when you talked about the fact that if you're depressed, you should try and talk to someone. If you have, the truth is that a problem said is the problem half solved. So if you have anything bothering your mind, you should get to talk to your loved one or your family member, someone that you just love to talk to, someone that makes you happy. You should be able to share that that challenge, that problem that bothers your mind. I'm sure it will go a long way to helping you come out of that depressed mood. Moving on, up next is Dr. Destiny Alonge will be telling us how to eat right and what a pregnant woman should take, especially knowing you're carrying a baby, so you should eat right. Find out on this next interview. We'll be right back.
Organic food actually refers to foods grown without the use of synthetic chemicals. When I mean chemicals, I mean fertilizers that are grown naturally, okay? Grown naturally, grown in soil, and are very natural. So we use natural chemicals to grow our food. So organic food simply refers to natural foods that are natural. I think it's actually due to our economy right now. Things are actually changing, and due to that, people want jobs that will fetch them money. And as they come back, what do you expect? They want something that will be convenient and very safe for them. So now that things are actually packed, you want soup is packed, you want yam is packed, you want even akara is packed. So, and they come home late. So what they actually do when they come, they get those things nearby from supermarkets or from other stores and just get home and cook. So that's why it's convenient for them. So you wouldn't blame them. But right now, what is expected is to inform them about natural food, to avoid any form of health hazards that might happen or occur to an individual or individuals. Eating right simply means eating vegetables and fruits that are very natural, avoiding fruits that are not packed, very natural and fresh. Balanced diet, what people do when you hear balanced diet, they just want to fill their tummies. But if you want to add if you want to add value to your health, you need to add vegetables. You need to eat fruits on a daily basis. Even if not all the fruits, because most of these fruits actually have vitamins. They have what you want. They have all the necessary balanced diet. As an individual, get fruits. Like take, for example, watermelon. You have gone a long way. Or you have rice and you add vegetables to it. It has actually gone a long way. So your health will be secured when you eat right like that, ensuring that fruits and vegetables are a go-to-day activities. You have to change your lifestyle, avoid drinking alcoholics, taking drinks that contain alcohols or beers or gins. You have to carry out a lot of exercises, okay, because when you eat, you have to exercise so that those unwanted, those ones that are not needed for the body are passed out during form of exercise. And you have to ensure that you take fruits. There are certain fruits that actually bring down protruded tummies. I would say watermelon. Watermelon is very good. It helps in flat tummy. It's nutritious, it's very delicious, and health-wise, it's very good. I would say for a pregnant woman, you're actually carrying another life inside of you. So for you to carry another life and also for your health not to be affected, you need to ensure that you eat natural. Eating natural, you have to ensure that you eat fruits, like watermelons are very good for the body. For a pregnant woman, you need to take pomegranates. It's very necessary as a pregnant woman, so that to avoid your baby from breaching, okay, and to avoid any form of complications during delivery. you need to take pineapple. For a woman that is already 7 months gone, pineapple are advised. But for that early stage, as a pregnant woman, you're not advised to take pineapple because you can actually miscarry. Okay, so pregnant women are supposed to avoid milk, like canned milk, avoid pizzas, avoid junks, avoid taking drinks. Instead of you craving for drinks, alcoholic drinks, or gin or Chelsea, why not crave for fruits that could come in smoothie form? You could actually blend your watermelon and banana and apples together, including strawberry. Okay, you can, bring them together and you're good to go, because at the end of the delivery point, you discover that your child is actually looking good. You as a mother, you will not have any form of complications during birth.
My name is Nkem Okibe, and you're welcome to this week's edition of Health Watch.
Those drugs are prescription only, and they are only to be dispensed by pharmacists, because we know how they work and we can save you from using it inappropriately.
But at least if you have a cervix, you have a huge chance of never having cervical cancer.
Lack of drug compliance, proper drug compliance. Probably the patient did not take it the way it has been taken.
Glaucoma is the second most common cause of blindness worldwide, and glaucoma blindness is irreversible.
Before a dental surgeon practices anything, the ethics says a patient must go through a dental therapist.
Find out on this week's episode of Health Watch.
Wow, that was an interesting interview with Dr. Destiny. I think one of the things we should do for ourselves is, once you're having your lunch, even breakfast, you could just have some fruits around it. And she mentioned that watermelon is very good. So we should try and, as much as possible, to get fruits inside or included in our meals, and that will go a long way to help you stay healthy. Moving on is the health benefits of orange. Yes, I know everyone takes orange, everyone knows what orange is, but do you know the health benefits of orange? Find out in this feature. We'll be right back.
10 health benefits of orange juice. In this video we are going to review the top 10 orange juice benefits. 1. Maintains the blood pressure levels. Orange juice is the amazing drink for the patients of high or low blood pressure. This delicious drink contains a significant amount of magnesium, which has a wonderful ability to bring back the disturbed blood pressure level to normal range. 2. Promotes the immune system. Due to the presence of vitamin C, orange juice acts as a best defender for you against several diseases, such as flu or colds, promoting the immune system. 3. Contains healing properties. One of the top health benefits of orange juice is its healing properties. Oranges contain flavonoids, like naringenin and hesperidin, which are anti-inflammatory stuffs. When you consume this yummy fruit in raw or juice form, the flavonoids work amazingly to treat the arthritis and heal the stiffness and pain. 4. Prevents cancer. The latest scientific research has exposed the effectiveness of the orange juice for preventing several types of cancer. Oranges comprise a stuff known as D-limonene that is an efficient agent against skin cancer, breast cancer, mouth cancer, colon cancer and lung cancer. Furthermore, the presence of vitamin C also helps in this regard. 5. Benefits for treating and preventing ulcers. Ulcers generally appear in the small intestine and stomach. The occurrence of ulcers sometimes becomes a major reason of constipation because in this case, the consumed food particles can't break down properly. The orange juice is very advantageous in treating and preventing ulcers. It also stimulates the digestive system. 6. Prevents kidney stones. The risks of formation of kidney stones can be reduced by taking 1 serving of orange juice on regular basis. Too much concentration of minerals and chemicals usually result as the development of kidney stones. Orange juice contains citrate, which has an excellent ability to prevent this disorder by decreasing the urine acidity. So the individuals who are suffering through this terrible condition should include fresh orange juice in daily diet plan. 7. Assists in weight loss. Many people believe that the regular consumption of orange juice is helpful for cutting down the extra pounds, claiming that this citrus fruit is full of antioxidants, which act efficiently to lose weight. 8. Reduces risks of heart attacks. Another leading benefit of orange juice is its assistance in prevention of heart disorders. Hesperidin is a plant-based substance that protects the arteries from being clogged by improving the health of nearby cells. Oranges contain hesperidin in sufficient amount, thus consumption of 1 glass freshly squeezed orange juice ensures lower risks of heart attacks. 9. Treats anemia. Anemia is a condition that generally occurs due to insufficient red blood cells in hemoglobin. Iron deficiency is the leading reason behind this situation. Orange juice provides a good quantity of vitamin C that promotes the absorption of iron into bloodstream. That's why most doctors suggest the anemia patients to consume orange or its juice on regular basis. 10. Makes the skin beautiful and young looking. The antioxidant properties of orange juice make the skin fresh, beautiful and young looking by preventing the aging effects. In addition, the antioxidants with the combination of vitamin C protect the skin cells from getting affected by free radicals. Thus, taking 1 serving of orange juice each day is a best way to maintain the freshness and attraction of skin for long time. Orange juice for skin is a blessing with no disguise at all.
It's been a wonderful time on this week's edition of Health Watch. Remember, the health-conscious people live longer. Also, include fruits in your meal. It will help a whole lot. Also, exercise. You need to exercise. You need to take a lot of water. And of course, orange is very good source of vitamin C. Send your mails to okibinkem@gmail.com or healthwatch@NTA Lagos Channel 10 @gmail.com or send the text only to 07060865487. Thank you for being part of this week's edition of the program. See you next week.